Today I want to talk about EFT and allergies. My experience with allergies began well before I knew about EFT, and eventually the allergies got bad enough with the tickle in the throat and particularly in my ear. And there were times when it was so bad that if I could have used a sharp spoon to get my ear out just to get rid of that allergy, it would have been something that I could imagine doing. It was ferocious. And of course there's running nose and itchy eyes and all of that sort of thing. Then I discovered EFT, and over a few years I worked with EFT to explore what might be effective for allergies, and I came up with essentially a 5-stage approach to allergies. So this is a little more complicated than some of the simpler things that we work with, but I can tell you from my personal experience that it works. Stage 1 is using EFT on the symptoms. So for symptomatic stuff, I would say, okay, what's the worst thing I'm experiencing right now? Well, in my case, it was the itching in my ears. So it would just be, because there's no need for the setup on this one, because your brain and your heart and your body all know this is not a good thing. So I would just say itching in my ears, this ferocious itching in my ears, this horrible itching in my ears, this itching in my ears and my throat, all this itching, all these places that itch, this itching tickle, this ferocious itch in my ears. And I would do that, and eventually the symptom would come down. The next step is to identify the source of the itch, if you know the allergic reaction, if you know what it is. It could be cats, well, you know better than I do what you're allergic to. You also know that there's a huge range of things that we can be allergic to. So if you can identify that, it would be like this. For me, tree pollens. I'm allergic to tree pollens. This allergy to tree pollens. This allergy to tree pollens. This allergy to tree pollens. I'm allergic to tree pollens. I'm allergic to pollen right now. There's so much pollen in the air and I'm allergic to it. I'm allergic to all these pollens. And you do it like that. You can also use the setup for this. Now I use the setup when I know something in my head, but my heart or my body disagree with it. And I will sometimes use it for allergies. So it would be, even though I'm allergic to pollen, I deeply and completely accept myself. And I don't blame or judge myself for having this allergy. You do that 3 times, standard process, and then you do the allergy to tree pollens. Tree pollens make me crazy. I'm allergic to tree pollens. That's stage 2. The third stage in the allergy sequence is my immune system is overreacting, or something like that. My immune system is wonky, or even though my immune system is wonky, even though my immune system is overreacting to pollens, and you use that. So it would be, my immune system is overreacting. My immune system is overreacting. My immune system is reacting inappropriately. My immune system is reacting. So there you're getting into more of the deeper reason that you have the allergy, because it is an immune system dysfunction, you could say. Now, the 4th stage is where you make a transition from kind of a symptomatic thing to something being more deeply wrong. And this is where you can get at the emotional roots of an allergy. And here it would look like this. There's something wrong with my immune system is the beginning thing. So even though there is something wrong with my immune system, I deeply and completely accept myself with no judgment and no blame. Even though there's something wrong with my immune system, I deeply and completely accept myself with no judgment and no blame. And by the way, when you're doing that, deeply and completely accept myself with no judgment and no blame, really stop and see how it makes you feel. You might feel resistance to it, but if you can say it, it really makes a difference. If you choke on those words, go back and start right from the beginning. I judge, even though I judge and blame myself. And then you tap on that as a whole separate phrase. So that's a bit of a detour from what we're talking about, but sometimes it's necessary. And I worked with people who could not deeply and completely accept themselves. So you stop with whatever you're supposedly working on, and you start working on acceptance. Okay, so that's the 4th step of the 5, and I'll review all of these when we're done. Step number 5 in the sequence is there's something wrong with me. And this is where it gets really personal. So even though there's something wrong with me, I deeply and completely accept myself as I am. Even though there's something wrong with me, or it feels like there's something wrong with me, I deeply and completely accept myself just as I am. And then there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me, and that's why I have these allergies. There's something wrong with me. 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 That's why I have these allergies. It's because there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. There is something wrong with me. And I have these allergies because there is something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. Well, that was interesting. I could feel a shift in myself. So obviously, I still got stuff to cook. And I, as I've said before, I'm still tapping after more than 20 years working with it. But that's the basic idea of this allergy process. Step one is the symptoms, the itching, the burning eyes, the runny nose, whatever it is. Step two is the source, if you know what it is. Allergy to pollens, allergy to cat dander, allergy to whatever it is. The third step is immune system overreacting or reacting inappropriately. The fourth stage, there's something wrong with my immune system. And fifth stage, there's something wrong with me. So it's getting at deeper and deeper levels of what issues might underlie the allergies. And if you work on those, and obviously this takes time, this is a longish video, it takes time, but it is well worth it. I have completely eliminated allergies to the tree pollens. I can watch them go by now, and when they come out of the trees on a beautiful sunny day after it's been cold and wet, and the trees release amazing amounts of pollen, and I just watch it. I don't have any reaction to it anymore. I've also healed myself of allergies to cats using EFT. And I know from working with other people that there seems to be no limit to this, again, with EFT. So have fun with it. I wish you success. I wish you an absolutely wonderful day.